literally feel like I look like that girl, Emily Osment from freaking Spy Kids, okay? Any moment now, I'm just going to make my grand exit and, you know, whirl my little pigtails on out of here, okay? Guys, so in order to get us closer to that grand finale moment, let's go ahead and get into your reading today, okay? Hey guys, my name is Cameron and welcome back to my channel, Which Way to Wicked, where we talk about all things love, light, and especially tarot. Okay, so guys, I am super pumped for your reading because we are going to be talking about your future child. That's right. So we are going to be trying to figure out what your future child's personality is going to be, if they might be a girl or a boy. We're going to be taking a look at their zodiac sign, and we are also going to be looking at some physical traits as well and some initials too. So I do want to tell you though, before we get into the piles, that I am going to focus on only one child with each specific reading. So that does not mean that you are just only going to have one child. You could have many children, or maybe you might even decide that you don't want to have kids, right? But, you know, if you do want to have them and you like change your mind in the future, you know, this is what your future child will be like, okay? So, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at your piles today, okay? Hello guys, so here are your group picks today. So since we are doing like a child theme video, I thought it would be cute to have some little toys out, okay? So for group number one, I don't even know what this is. This is like a little ball. I think it lights up like whenever it's on and stuff, but okay, I'm sorry. I am starting to get to lose track of what I'm saying. This is gonna be group one, okay? And then for group two, I hope you know what this is. This is literally so amazing. It's so much fun. It's freaking Simon Says, okay? So this is going to be group number two. And then for your last group three pick, we have this cute little doll dress, okay? It's for like a little Barbie doll, and it's so adorable. I mean, I would totally wear this dress if this was like in a full size capacity, right? Like, it's a look. It's a look, okay? So, this is going to be the very, very cute and very fabulous group number three, okay? So, guys, I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath in. And now I want you to let it out. And now I want you to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to start to think about your future child. Is your child going to be a boy or a girl? What is their personality going to be? What are they going to look like? What is their zodiac signs? And whenever you feel ready, then go ahead and open your eyes, and whatever pile your eyes lands on, then that is going to be the group for you, my dear, okay? And as always, if you feel called to more than one reading, then definitely check that out, because maybe you have another future child's personality somewhere in here, right? Question mark, okay? And as always, again, I do have the timestamps listed down in the description box below. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll right into your video today, okay? I hope that wasn't too cringy. Hi guys, if you chose this cute little like rolly ball thing, then hey, hello, this is gonna be your reading today, group one, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at your tarot cards. So for group one, what is their future child, their cute little sweet pea, their little sugar plum? Guys, how many nicknames can I come up with? But their cute little dumpling. Okay, what is their future child's personality going to be? No reversals, please, Spirit. I think this one wants to come out. Ooh, this one looks like it wants to come out too. Let's go ahead and get one more. Ooh, guys, that one definitely wanted to come through. Okay, now, guys, let's look at your cards, okay? So, we have inner strength coming through. Ooh, that is so beautiful. So this is representative of the strength card in traditional tarot. Then we have the helper of thought coming through as well. And we also have intuition and insight. And guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is a new deck and they do have different names. So I think I'm going to check within the book to see what exactly this card is. Okay, so give me a second, okay? Okay, guys, so I'm sorry I had to look that up. But like I said, this is a new deck and the major arcana titles have been replaced with other titles, okay? But this intuition and insight card is supposed to be the moon in traditional tarot. So just talking about the astrological, the astrological influences that I'm seeing here. With the strength, this is representative of that feisty Leo energy, okay? We also have the moon, which is representative of Pisces, and I also sometimes just get like Cancerian vibes as well. So we are getting a little bit of Cancer too, just going off of my own intuition. And then with this helper of thought, this is representative of air energy. So your future child could be an air sign, sun, moon, rising, or in Venus. So I am talking about Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about how I think that your child is going to be somebody who is very intuitive and very empathic and sensitive. I think that with this intuition and insight card coming through, your child is going to be somebody who is very kind and nurturing to other people. I think that this is going to be somebody who is very loving to others as well. And there is this energy where I am getting like a softer like vibe to them. So I think that your child is going to be a bit more on the quieter side. They are going to be a bit more shy, but at the same time, like with this Leo energy coming through, and especially the helper of thought, which literally like the Knight of Swords, this is representative of like messages. So I think that while your child is going to be a little bit more on the shyer side, they may be a bit more to their self. I think that they still have the amazing capability to be somebody who is great at talking. I think that your child is going to be a great communicator. And I do think that, you know, while they tend to be to themselves a lot, I think that whenever they do go out and socialize, that they have this strong ability to just like capture an audience. And I think that whenever they do decide to talk, the things that they say are just so intriguing, because I just think that your child is going to be somebody who is very intellectual. Your child is going to be somebody who is always constantly learning. And I do think that the reason why they are quieter is because they are always like looking at the world. They're always trying to take in everything from the people that surround them in the different rooms that they walk into to the just events that are taking place around them. I just think that your child is going to be very inquisitive, and I think that whenever they do decide to talk, the things that they say are just so like impactful, and it's so just intriguing, right? And so I think that whenever they do talk, that people pay attention, people listen to what they have to say. And I just think that your child is also going to be somebody who people want to come to for advice, because I think that your child is just always going to know what to say. And I just think that, you know, whether they are older or younger, no matter how old they are, I think that they are just like an old soul, and they just have so much wisdom, and it is so incredible. And I'm also getting the energy that while your child is very soft and they are very sweet and very lovable and caring, I think that they are going to be quite stubborn as well. I think that they're going to be very spicy when it comes to their opinions and to what they think. You know, I'm not saying that they're going to be unkind or cruel, whenever people disagree with them, but I just think that this is going to be somebody who, once they make up their mind on something, they are not going to change their mind, okay? But I do think that they are open to hearing what other people have to say. They are open to hearing other points of view. Like, I just think that they know what they believe in. And once they make up their mind on something, it's going to be hard to get them to change it, if not almost impossible, okay? So do keep that in mind as well. But I also think, like, with this inner strength card coming in, your child is just going to be so strong, okay? I think that this is going to be the type of person who just cares so much about people. And I do think that with this Knight of Swords energy coming through, your child is somebody who wants to defend others. Your child is somebody who is all about truth and justice. Like, I think that they are going to have a very strong moral code. And I think that this is the type of person who, if they see somebody being mistreated or they see others being unkind to people, your child is going to be the one that steps in. They are going to be the one that says something, that rights other people's wrongs. And I think that that is so amazing. And I just think that your child is going to be somebody who, no matter what they go through in life, they are just so stubborn and they just have such a determined spirit that they are not going to let anything get in the way between them and what they want to go after and what their like long-term vision is as well. And I just think that at the end of the day, your child is going to be somebody who is very inquisitive. They're going to be somebody who is very quick-minded as well. And I just think that this is going to be somebody who has the capacity to be such an intelligent and inspiring person. I just think that at the end of the day, again, your child just has a mission in life. And I think that once they decide what their purpose is, what they want to do in this world, they are going to accomplish so much. And whatever their dream is, they are going to manifest it as well. And that is so cute to see. And I am getting the energy here, like with this inner strength card coming through, this child is like petting like a cute little cat, right? I'm not sure if, oh, sorry guys, I'm not sure if you can see that, but also with the Helper of Thought or the Knight of Swords, this person is holding like a bird as well. So I do think that your child is going to have a soft spot for animals as well. You know, they may be somebody who is all about like defending the rights of animals. They could be an animal activist for sure. They might even want to become like vegan or something like that because they are so into saving and protecting animals. I just think that this is going to be somebody who has an amazing connection to their pets and to just the amazing creatures that fill our world, right? And at the end of the day, your child is just going to be so loving. They just love everybody and they can just see like the interconnectedness of everything. Like, they just see how everything connects, and this is just such a peaceful and gorgeous person. But at the end of the day, like, while they are kind and soft and sweet, you know, at the same time they are so strong and impactful, and the things that they say are just incredible. And so I just think that your child is going to be such an amazing person. You are so lucky, group 1, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle cards, okay? So for group 1's future child, can we get some extra messages? What is their child's personality going to be? Okay, wow, guys, we literally have the shaman coming through. And whenever I think of shaman, you know, I just think of somebody who is, again, very insightful, very wise. So I do think that your child has the capability to be such an amazing teacher if that is the path that they choose to go on. I think that, you know, this person just has so much wisdom to impart to people. You know, they are constantly like learning so many new things, and I think that this is just somebody who is so intelligent, and this is just going to be somebody who people want to come to for advice. So for some people, you know, your child may decide to become a spiritual teacher, honestly, or they could decide to become a teacher or a counselor or something like that. And I am also getting the idea that your child may be into alternative medicine or into some type of like alternative practices as well. So they could be like like a shaman, for instance. They could want to decide to become like a Reiki healer or something like that, or maybe even a yoga instructor. That's coming through as well. But I just think that at the end of the day, your child, just no matter how young they are going to be so wise beyond their years. They just have such an older soul. I am getting the idea that your child could have lived so many like previous past lives, if you believe in that. And they are just like, they're like an old person and a young, oh, sorry guys, I got a message. But they are like an old person in a young person's body. And I just think that you are going to be so amazed by what your child says. I'm definitely getting the idea that you are always going to be calling your child like a baby genius. Like, you're going to be like, my child might be 2, but they are baby Einstein, right? So I really think that you are going to really love this child. I mean, obviously you will, because it's your child, but I just think that, at the end of the day, I am also getting this energy here where, since your child does have such a strong mission like in their life, because they are so wise and they have such a strong moral code and such a strong like ethics and ethics and like value system, they could have the potential to be a little bit holier than thou every now and then. They may tell you like, mom or dad, like, I can't believe you are doing that. Like, you shouldn't be talking like that. You shouldn't say that about that person. You shouldn't cut in line or something like that. You know what I mean? And I just think that you're going to be like, child, kid, you're 2. I'm however old I am. I can decide what I want to do, okay? Wow, guys, we literally have discovery coming through. Yeah, guys, your child is going to be so curious about the world and about just the people in it. I really think that your child could also have like a keen interest in history as well. I just think that they are really interested in how, again, like the world works and how we have come to be. And I just think that they are always going to be constantly learning, constantly taking in new facts and new like cultural discoveries and things like that. That is just so incredible. And I do see like a lot of nature coming through as well. So your child could be like a kid that loves to hang out in nature, which makes sense because they love animals. So I think that they are going to be somebody who loves to go outside, run around in the front yard or in the backyard and try to find like little bugs and even ants and stuff like that. And this is honestly making me think of something that I learned in like philosophy. So I mean, since I'm thinking about philosophy, your child could definitely like philosophy too. Maybe they even want to become like a philosophy professor in the future, perhaps. But I'm thinking of this saying that my professor told me a couple years ago. There was this professor. Sorry guys, but I'm so popular, obviously. I'm kidding, but my professor told me that there was this philosopher who had this concept that he believed in peace and in the interconnectedness of everything, and he believed that you should have sympathy for even the smallest of creatures, for even an ant. And he was just saying that, everybody is special. And once you believe that even the smallest creature, even something as small as an ant, has feelings and has their own individual life, you really think about and you start to realize just how incredible the world is and how every little thing that makes up this world is special and unique in its own way. And I just think that your child is going to be the type of person who loves and cares about everybody. I think that they are going to be such a sensitive person as well. And this is just going to be such a peaceful child. You know, this is going to be somebody who wants everybody to just live a beautiful, peaceful, and happy life. And that is so beautiful to see. That is so incredible. So let's go ahead and take a look at your child's zodiac cards, okay? So I do want to say that I am getting very strong, like Libra, Aquarius, Gemini vibes. You know, I definitely think that your child could be an air sign for sure, but we are getting like that Pisces and Cancerian energy coming through too, and that Leo energy as well. Well, let's just see what the cards have to say. So for group one's child, what is their zodiac sign? What is some strong zodiac influences, okay? Or what is just a card, a zodiac sign that can represent their personality? Okay. All right, so we do have Virgo coming through, which is really cute. That's actually really funny because whenever I saw this, the moon card coming through, this made me think of the Judgment card, which is representative of Virgo energy. I didn't say it on camera, which makes me sad, but I was thinking it, okay? I was thinking it, so it counts. We have Virgo energy coming through. Oh, yay, we have Venus, and this is representative of that Libra energy. This is also representative of Taurus energy as well, because Venus rules over Taurus too. Guys, I know I'm saying a lot of signs, but, you know, this is a very general reading, okay? You know, there are so many messages coming through, but Venus, again, like this just makes me think about, like, this is the planet of love, right? It's the planet of love, of friendship, of like family. So I just think again that your child is going to be somebody that just loves people so much. This is going to be somebody who's just such a peaceful, who has such a peaceful spirit. And I do think that their relationships are going to be very important to them. You know, I'm getting the idea that this person, since they are a bit more on the quieter side, I think that they are going to have a smaller circle of friends. But for the friends that they do have, they are going to mean so much to them. And I just think that at the end of the day, while they may not have like 1,000 different friends, you know, I think that they still care about people and humanity in general, right? And then with this Virgo energy card coming through, this just makes me think about how your child could be a little bit anal, okay? Because whenever I think of Virgos, you know, no offense to my Virgos out there, but you guys are just so big about like planning and about things being a certain way. And so I think that your child, group one, is going to be somebody who, like, they're just going to have like a plan for their life. Like they are on a mission, right? So once they decide what they want to do, they're going to be completely anal in their attempts to get to where they want to be, okay? They could also have a little bit of OCD-like tendencies, so that can only resonate for a few of you, okay? But again, I just think that your child is going to be very organized. They're going to be very structured too, which makes sense because I do think, like, again, that your child has very high, like, moral values, and that makes sense, like, with, like, that structure type of quality coming through, and I just think that they are going to be very responsible, and they are just going to have so much wisdom to impart to the world. So yes, that is what I'm seeing for your oracle cards. I do want to say, since we are getting like this Venus energy coming through, and I am seeing a lot of women here, I do think that for a lot of you guys, this child is going to more so be a little girl. So you could have a little girl in your hands, okay? But I do think that at the end of the day, while for a lot of you guys, you could have a little girl, I think that they still are going to be somebody that is also very masculine as well, if that makes any sense, because I just think that, like, with that masculinity, you know, this is somebody who is very wise. This is somebody who I think could honestly be such a strong spiritual and just a leader. Like, they could just be such a strong leader. So that just makes me think about, like, that strong, like, masculine energy, right? So I think that while this little girl is going to be a girl, you know, they are going to be very soft, you know, they are still going to be somebody who is very strong and very wise. So I just think that they have a very interesting balance between their masculine and feminine energies, right? So yes, guys, that is what I see for your cards. Let's go ahead and take a look at your physical traits and your initials, okay? So I have my little physical traits up here. Let me go ahead and get it. I also have my initials up top, if I could reach it. Okay, so let's take out your physical traits. And I am just going to tell you, these physical traits are more so, like, when I made them, they were more so being made for, like, love readings. So there are going to be cards that says, like, sexy and your type. So just keep that in mind. Just let it go and let it flow. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your physical traits. So group 1's future child, what might they look like? Okay, what might their future child look like? Okay, there we go. All right, and then for your initials, group 1's future child's initials. Guys, I always do this whenever I pull from this. I'm sorry, it's just so much fun, and I am so, I just have, like, attention deficit disorder. I mean, I'm not, like, I don't actually have that. Like, I haven't seen a doctor for it or anything like that, but, you know, I feel like I am a little ACD at times. Did I say ACD? Oh my gosh, I meant ADD. Okay, I meant ADD. Oh my gosh, maybe your child likes to listen to ACD, okay? ACDC, that's what I meant. Okay, so initials. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just all over the place right now, but group 1's initials. Group 1's initials. I think I'm going to get 2 more. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at what is here. So I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to put this right there as well. Okay, let's put our little initials right here. And let's get our little traits, okay? So we have, let me just sit up a little bit. We have scar. Oh my gosh, I almost said scary. Scar or beauty mark, okay? That's really cute. So your child could have like a cute little mole. Maybe they have like a lot of freckles. I'm not saying freckles are a beauty mark, but I just think that, you know, I'm just thinking of freckles. So your child could have a lot of freckles as well. Or they could have like a predominant, like a scar, right? They could like cut themselves or get into like a little bit of an accident, which makes sense because I do think that they are going to be like a little bit tomboyish, honestly, like because they are going to be going out and playing outside and just doing all these things so that they can discover the world around them. So I do think that your child could definitely get a few scrapes and bumps and bruises, so they could definitely have a scar as well. Watch out for your child, okay, because I see them being a little rascal. And then we have casual style, so that makes sense with that like tomboyish energy that I'm getting. So they could, you know, just dress very casually, you know, wear like a t-shirt and some jeans or something. And then we have fun size. So this means like on the shorter side, right? So they could be like short and feisty, which is really cute to see. We have medium height coming through. So they could be on the shorter side to like a bit like of the middle height range. Okay, so I am thinking like maybe 5'4" and under, okay? Or maybe 5'4.5". And then we have slanted or downward eyes. Okay, so what I mean by that is like there's some people that they just have like an exotic tilt to their eyes, okay? And I think it's so beautiful. But yeah, so your child could have some really pretty like exotic eyes, okay? And then we have shaved hair. Okay, that's cool. Your child could have like a shaved hair type of moment, okay? And then we have cheekbones. So they could have some snatched cheekbones, okay? We have piercings. Guys, wow, I'm literally getting like the alternative vibes coming from this person. Like, what was I saying earlier? I just think that your child is going to be very different from other people, right? They are going to be just very expressive and very peculiar and just unique to themselves. And so I do think that they are going to do weird things. They are going to express themselves in very peculiar and unique ways. But I just think that it really works for them because that is just how they are. And that is so amazing. I just think that your child is going to be the type of child who they want to discover everything that they can, and they want to do everything that they can at least once, right? So they are just the type of person who they are willing to go outside of their comfort zone to do something that they want to do, something new, so that they can get that experience, right? And then we have grungy, Kurt Cobain, Courtney Love type of style. So again, they could, guys, what was I saying? They could really like AC/DC. Maybe that is where we are also getting that, like, that older, wiser soul coming through. Like, because they could just be somebody who they like to dress from another time, right? Or they just like to have, like, that grungier, like, 90s look. So I definitely see your child, like, wearing, like, the band concert t-shirts. I see them going out to concerts. And, yeah, your child is just, they're something else. They're really cool, okay? So for your initials, we have G, so that makes me think about, like, Gianna, Giselle, what are some other G names? Gianna, Giselle, Gabriella, Gabby, right? That's cute. We have Z coming through, so Zendaya, right? Zendaya is a Virgo queen, too, so keep that in mind. Zelda, man, guys, I'm so terrible with with like the names. If your child is a boy, because this is going to be very general, this is a general reading, maybe their name is Zane or Gabriel, okay? We have L, so Linda, Livia, Liddy, Lydia. We have F and A. We have M. We have V. We have U, we have X, and T. Okay, so let me see. Guys, you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing fam coming through. So I do think that your child is going to be all about their family. I do think that they are going to care so much about the people within their life. They are going to look at their friends and they are going to see them as their family. And I think that they are going to be very loving towards you. They're going to love you so much. And that is so sweet to see. And then let's see what else we have coming through. We have Tam, so maybe your child's name is going to be Tammy. Then I also see Matt coming through, so Matthew, Maddie, Matilda. Let's see if there's anything else. Guys, I see T-U-F. I know that doesn't spell tough. I know it's T-O-U-G-H, but this is just making me think how your child is going to be like a tomboy. They're going to be very tough, and that's really cool. So yeah, guys, that is what I am seeing for you. I do think that I want to go ahead and just pull one advice card for you, because let's be honest, like, going into motherhood or fatherhood or they-them-hood, right? It's tough, and sometimes you just need some advice. So I'm going to give you an advice card. So for group 1, can we have an advice card for my beautiful group 1 folks? Can we have some advice for them and their child spirit? Can we have some advice for them and their child? So guys, a huge chunk of cards came out, and I'm sorry, that was a lot. I just want one. So Spirit, can we just get one advice card, please? One advice card. Okay, guys, we had 2 cards come out, and we're gonna take it, you know? We have Joker coming through, and it says stir it up, okay? And then we have fullness, give thanks, okay? Okay, guys, so with this Joker card coming through, I just think that your child is, again, just going to be somebody who is very opinionated. I think that this is going to be somebody who thinks a certain way, and sometimes they are going to stir you up, right? They're going to annoy you a bit because they're going to be telling you, like, this is what they think, and, you know, they're just going to be very stubborn, okay? And they are definitely going to make their feelings known, and I think that sometimes it's just going to annoy you. It's going to upset you, and I think that with this fullness card coming through, you know, it says give thanks, and I just think that at the end of the day, whenever you feel a certain way, you know, whenever you are like, why am I a mother or a father? why did this happen to me? You know, I think that Spirit is trying to tell you to just give thanks and to remember why you are grateful for this little ball of energy, right? You know, I think that whenever you are feeling upset or annoyed, I think that, and I recommend that you write out a list. You write out 3 things every day for why you are so happy to have this child in your life and why they mean so much to you. And I think that whenever you do that, that will help you get to a better perspective, and that will help you realize how much you love this little child and how you wouldn't do anything to give them up, right? So yes, guys, that is what I see for you. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of Tarot to Begin sometime, okay? Bye, guys. Hey, group 2. So if you chose this cute little Simon Says game, then this is going to be the reading for you. So I do want to tell you that you should definitely stay tuned to the end of this reading today, because I am going to be pulling some advice cards at the end for you guys. And, you know, that is definitely going to be very much so in your interest, because, you know, having children is very hard, and I think that it would do you very well to be able to get some advice beforehand, okay? So let's go ahead and pull your tarot cards. So for group 2's future child, what is their personality going to be? Okay, can we get some cards, please, represent their personality? What is their sugar plum, their little cute little dumpling? What is their personality going to be? Wow, guys, okay, I didn't really look at them, but we have so many cards coming through, and I'm just gonna put this back, and I want to get just like 3 cards, because I'm sorry guys, but that is a lot, and I would rather pull these cards out individually. You know what I mean? I just feel more called to get them like on their own, besides them like coming out in a big like chunk, okay? Let's get, they keep on wanting to come out in big chunks. Guys, your child is going to be something else, okay? I really think that there's definitely going to be a lot to know about them. So, you are going to have a lot to handle, okay? I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. Like, it's awesome to have a kid that is just that just has such a strong hitting energy, okay? Let's see what wants to come through. Okay, so for group 2's child, let's see. Yes, guys, I was right. Literally, we get the 6 of action coming through, which is representative of the 6 of wands, and this is like such big energy, right? This represents somebody who is just so incredible. This represents somebody who is so passionate, and this just represents somebody who is a victor, right? I think that your child is going to do so much and accomplish so much within their lifetime, and I do think that that is why we were getting so many cards that were wanting to come out, because I just think that your child just has such a strong and big energy about them, because they have such a big personality, okay? I definitely think that your child is going to be somebody who is very talkative. They are going to be very social as well, and I do think that they are just going to have like such a big personality, okay? I think that they are going to have a lot of friends for sure, and this is just going to be a little kid that is such a social butterfly, okay? I see them going from one social circle. I'm sorry, I think it was my lisp coming through. I can't say my S's that well, as you can tell, but I think that they're just going to go from one social circle to the next, and this is just going to be somebody who is such a talker. It's going to be to the point to where I honestly, like, see you just saying, like, are they going to stop? Like, could I just have one moment of silence? And that is so cute. That is so funny. But anyways, I think that we also have, okay, I'm sorry, let me let me go ahead and take a look at your other cards here. We have the Seven of Abundance coming through. This is representative of the Seven of Pentacles as well. And then we have the Seven of Thought, or the Seven of Swords coming through. So with the Seven of Swords coming through, I think that your child is going to be somebody who, like, since they are so social and they are so passionate, you know, I'm honestly getting that big, like, Gemini energy coming through. So your child could be a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, but I just think that they are going to have so many different interests. They're going to have so many different hobbies, and I do think that your child is going to have a bit of a harder time really focusing on one thing and going after one thing, right? I just think that this is going to be the type of child who they're going to tell you, like, one day, mommy or daddy or they, them, me, I want to be a firefighter today. And then the next moment they're going to be like, oh, never mind, I want to be a fashion designer. Then the next day they're going to be like, oh, wait, I actually want to become a spiritual advisor. You know what I mean? So I think that your child is just going to have so many different interests, to the point to where sometimes they have a harder time just settling down and doing one thing, right? And I am thinking that with this Seven of Thought energy coming through, this represents just, again, like, having so many different interests, to the point to where you have a hard time, like, deciding on one thing. And I just think that your child is going to be a little bit ADD. I think that they could definitely have a little bit of that attention deficit disorder, because of the fact that they have such a hard time focusing on one thing. They have such a hard time, like, settling down and paying attention and listening. So I think that your child could definitely be somebody that gets in trouble a lot at school, because I do think that they are going to be, honestly, like, the class clown for sure. I think that your child is definitely going to be somebody who, instead of, like, sitting down and listening to the teacher, they're going to be talking to everybody. They're going, like, their school time is going to be their social time, okay? And honestly, I'm getting the energy here that your child could definitely be somebody who is interested in being, like, working in social media. They could, like, really want to perform as well. So they could be somebody, like, with the Six of Wands energy coming through, like, they could want to be, like, a dancer. They could want to, like, be in plays. They could want to be an actor or a singer. But I definitely am getting the energy here where your child likes to be the center of attention. Your child likes to just be seen and be heard. They like to perform, okay? So I definitely think that, you know, academically they may have a harder time focusing, but whenever it comes to, like, the performance aspect, I think that they are going to be absolutely amazing, and that is going to be, like, their calling, right? I just think that your child is such a passionate individual, and I do think that, again, like, they are going to have so many different hobbies. I think that this is going to be the type of child who you can sit down and talk to for hours about what they are interested in. I think that they are definitely going to tell you that, you know, hey, I want to play the piano one day, and then the next day they're going to say, hey, mom or dad or they, them, like, I want to take acrobatics, right? I just think that they're going to have a variety of hobbies, and it is going to be hard for them to decide and settle on one thing. But I think that, you know, this is just going to be somebody who is so passionate about anything that they do. They have such a big personality, and we do get the Seven of Abundance coming through, and this is so beautiful to see. I want to go ahead and read this to you, and it says, have patience. Sometimes dreams grow slowly. And I think that that is so beautiful to see, because I think that your child, you know, they may have a harder time settling on, I'm sorry guys, that was my phone, and it is going to go off again, just so you know. That's just how the phones work, right? But be expecting that, okay? But I think that while they may have a harder time settling on a career and deciding what it is that they want to pursue, I think that once they do make that choice, that they are going to be so single-minded and so dedicated to what it is that they want to go after here, okay? And I think that that is so incredible to see. I think that they are just going to be such a determined and ambitious person, and that is so awesome. And I just think that they are also going to be somebody who they like like to help people. You know, with the Seven of Abundance, it shows like this girl like planting a garden, and it looks as though this other little girl is like helping them, right? So I think that your child is going to be very friendly, very social, and your child is going to be somebody who just likes to help people as well. They're going to be like your little helper, okay? They may ask you like, you know, is there anything I can do for you today? Is there like, can I help you cook the food, or can I help you with anything? And I think that that is so cute. Like, this is honestly reminding me of my niece. She is just somebody who, she is such a ball of energy. She is somebody who like you can't take to any places, because like, she is too, by the way, but it's because of the fact that she is just so out there. She is so loud, and it's hard to go anywhere with her because she is so just big and expressive. But I think that, you know, she is also very helpful, and she's the sweetest little girl ever. She is just always there. Like, anytime I say like I need a water, anytime I say I need something, she runs up to me. She's like, auntie, what can I do for you? What can I do? And I just think that your child is going to be like that, and that is so sweet. And I just think that with this Six of Actions, and what did I say? That was gonna go off again, but I'm sidekick, guys. But guys, I just think that, you know, this talks about people really liking them, people really admiring them. So I think that your child, again, is going to have so many friends, but I also think that they are going to have a lot of admirers as well. So watch out for that. I definitely think that there are going to be a lot of like people trying to call them, trying to text them, trying to get with them. They are definitely going to be somebody that is very well loved and well liked. They are going to be very attractive to other people. Okay, so let's go ahead and get your oracle cards. So for Group 2, what is their child's personality? Can we get some extra cards, please? Literally, guys, we get the fire element coming through. I definitely think that your child could be a fire sign for sure, because they are so passionate and fiery and just feisty. So they could be a Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, okay, Sun, Moon, Rising, or in Venus. Like I said, I was picking up on like that Gemini and maybe even like a bit of that Libra energy as well. So that could also come in and influence your child's zodiac sign as well. Guys, oh my gosh, what was I saying? We literally have bad dragon coming through, and this literally represents somebody who is such a feisty person. This represents somebody who is probably getting in trouble a lot. So I do think that your child, they may get in trouble a bit. They may be a bit of a troublemaker at school. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I just think that this is somebody who just has so much energy. They have such a big personality that they just cannot help but get in trouble sometimes, okay? And I do think that your child, like, they are, like, whether they are big or tall, you know, little or, you know, I just think that they are going to be so feisty. I think that your child is definitely going to have an attitude. I do think that they are probably going to talk back to you. I'm so sorry to say this, but I think that, you know, their teen years, while they're going through puberty, they are going to be a lot to handle, okay? They are going to be a lot to handle. You know, I think that this is going to be a child who might try to sneak out to go to parties. You know, I do think that, again, like, they like to hang out with people, so they're going to be hanging out with as much people or as many people. Is that the right verbiage? I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. But I think that they're going to want to hang out with as many people as possible. And this is just going to be somebody who is so passionate and loud and just uniquely themselves. So that is so amazing to see. That is so awesome. Let's go ahead and get some. Oh, and guys, literally, I just noticed we get a dragon coming through right here. And again, we have the bad dragon, right? So I'm also getting the energy here, just looking at these dragons. I think that your child is going to be somebody who is very, very protective. I think that, you know, once they make their friends, once they decide like who they want to be with, and I just think that whoever they see as their loved ones, they're going to be so protective of them. And I even am getting the idea here that your child could be quite possessive as well. So keep that in mind too. But let's go ahead and get some zodiac signs, okay? Guys, we literally have Mercurius coming out, which represents that Aries energy, and this also is the card of like messages. So I think that your child, again, is going to be a really big talker. You know, this also represents like action and like that like very active, like a very active type of energy. So your child could also have an interest in sports as well. I just think that your child, like even if they are not good at sports, I think that this is going to be the type of child that is always on the go. You know, they don't like to sit down and just hang out in their room. Like this is a child who is always trying to do things. I think that they get bored very easily. They are always going to be trying to go outside, you know, get into as much trouble as they can. And then we have Libra energy coming through. What did I say, guys? And again, Libra people, excuse me guys, Libra people, these are the type of people who are very friendly. Their relationships mean so much to them. So I do think that your child is going to be somebody who is going to be quite the romantic. I think that they're going to have so many friends, and I do think that they are probably like I think that once they get to the age where they are interested in dating, I do not see your child settling down. I see your child, like, I think that they are always going to be in a relationship. You know, take it as it resonates. But whenever I see Libra people, you know, Libra people are the type of people who they love love. They love being in relationships. They love experiencing romance. And I'm not saying that your child is going to be codependent or anything like that, but I just think that your child is somebody who prefers to be in relationships. They love just the idea of love. So I think that, you know, whenever they are not in a relationship, they are going to be having their eye out and just looking for a new person. And I think that, you know, they're always most likely going to be in a relationship because, you know, I just think that they are going to be very attractive. They are going to have a lot of admirers. So I think that they are definitely going to have their pick of the lot, okay, for sure. So just keep that in mind. But okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your physical traits for your child. And I'm gonna be honest really quickly, I'm not really seeing a certain sex for you guys. I think that, you know, it's very even here. Your child could be a boy or they could be a girl. You know, I'm just getting like a mix of the two here, especially like with the like Libra energy coming through. This talks about like weighing the scales. So I just think that at the end of the day, your child is probably going to have like a very interesting mix of like masculinity and femininity, okay? I am getting the idea that for some of you guys, and take this as it resonates, I think that your child may possibly be somebody who is very free with themselves and with their body. They could be attracted to both sexes, or they could even see themselves as being non-binary, okay? But that is just going to be a very specific message for a few of you guys, okay? But let's go ahead and take a look at your physical traits, okay? And I'm also going to get your initials as well up here, okay? So do keep in mind for the physical traits, I did make these traits for the intent of using these for romantic readings, okay, for love readings. So some of the cards here that I pull out might actually say like your person's gonna be sexy or they're just your type. So just take it as it resonates, let it go, let it flow, okay? So for group two's person, what is their person, their child going to look like, Spirit? What is their child going to look like? What is their child going to look like? Okay. There we go. Okay, and now for your initials. Okay. Group two's initials. Okay. I think I went. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one more. Okay. Guys, let's go ahead. I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to put this right here. And let me just get this all together. Let me coalesce it into two piles. Okay, so for your traits, we have glasses. Oh, so your child could wear cute little glasses. That's adorable. I think glasses are so cute. We have not traditionally pretty. That's interesting. So your child could honestly not be, again, like traditionally attractive, but I just think that your child is going to be very attractive to other people because of their personality. And I think that even if they are not seen as attractive to other people, you know, I think that like on the outside, I think that their personality and their big, just like class clown type of energy here is going to be what causes people to like them so much, right? And then we get masculine. What was I saying? Yeah, I mean, I was definitely getting like that masculine and feminine type of energy, but you know, your person, you know, if I had to guess, your person could definitely, like your child could be a little boy, okay? But just take it as it resonates. Then we have jewelry coming through, which makes sense because I honestly think that your child is going to be very big. Like, they're going to be very expressive, so they could definitely like to wear like big, like gaudy type of, or godly type of energy, type of like jewelry, okay? We also have anime and cosplay. So honestly, guys, with the not traditionally pretty, I honestly think that your child is going to be a little bit weird. Not weird in a bad way. I just think that they are going to have like a non-traditional type of style. I think that they are going to be very different from other people, and maybe that is why they are not traditionally attractive, because they just are very unique and they are very peculiar, and they express themselves in a very strange way, but they just have such a strong confidence, and they're just so friendly that even if that is not like people's type, or even if people aren't instantly like into that, I think that they will make them into it because of just their huge presence and their amazing personality. And then we have on the shorter side, so your child could be on the shorter side. We have brown black eyes, so they could have beautiful darker eyes. And we also have silver fox, so your child, this also makes me think about how they could dye their hair silver, because they do have a bit of a non-traditional side to them, right? Or they could gray a little bit easier, but I think that even if they do gray quicker than others, I think that at the same time they are still going to be a freaking fox. You know, I think that, you know, as they age, they're going to be like a fine wine. They, like, people are just going to love them. They are always going to be attractive. They're going to be like Brad Pitt, right? People just like, they're going to be a man. They are going to be sexy. Okay? And I'm sorry if you didn't want to hear that, but just know your child is gonna get the people. Like, they're gonna have so many admirers, okay? So for your initials, we have V, we have Q, we have K, we have J, we have S. I'm sorry if you can't see them, by the way. I know that they're very small. We have F coming through. We have another S. We have an H. And we have an X. Okay? So these could represent your child's initials, first, middle, or last. You know, since we are getting S coming through like a couple times, your child could definitely have like an S name for their first or last or middle, right? So think of like some S names like Savannah, Sarah, Sadie, Sabra. What are some guy S names? Sam, Samuel. I'm not good with names. Selena, Stella, Seth, like Seth Rogen, right? Okay, Seth. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Just think of S names, okay? I'm not good at this. Not when I'm on the spot. But, yeah, guys, I'm honestly not seeing that many words coming through. We didn't get really, like, any vowels, like, at all. So, guys, just think of the initials. Think of the names that you can create. Some names that you like as well. But, yes, let's go ahead and take a look at your advice card, okay? So, can we have an advice card for group 2, for their feisty little child? Can we get an advice card, please? An advice card for them when they enter parenthood with this little troublemaker. Can we have some advice for them? We have trust. That is so beautiful. Take the leap, okay? So I just think that, you know, you might think, like, whenever you have this child, like, I think that they are going to be a little bad. They may have a little bit of behavioral issues, and you might just be worried about your child. You might be scared how they are going to do, like in school, how they are going to do, like in life in general, because I think that they are going to be a little bit like of a drifter. Like, I just think that they are not going to know exactly what they want to do right away. And I think that you are just going to be a little worried about the future and about what, like, if they are going to come to a decision as to what they want to do, right? But I think that Spirit's just asking you to trust that everything is going to be okay. You know, we literally got the Seven of Abundance, and it says, have patience. Sometimes dreams grow slowly. So I just think that, you know, you need to have patience with your child. You know, even though they don't know what they want to do at this moment or whenever they are younger, it does not mean that they are not going to know what they want to do in the future. You know, I just think that your child is going to take some time to come to that decision. And I think that once they do, they are going to be very, very determined, and they are going to be so ambitious. And I do think that while your child is going to be a big ball of energy, while they might be a troublemaker, you know, with the Seven of Abundance coming through and the Six of Action, you know, the Six of Action is all about achievement. It's all about, you know, just winning at life. So I think that while your child may have some behavioral problems at first, even though they might get in trouble whenever they are younger, I think that they still have a lot of growing to do, but I think that in time they are going to grow, they are going to mature, and they are going to become more responsible. And I think that, you know, whenever they get older, they are just going to mature so beautifully, and you are just going to be so proud of them. You are going to be so proud of them. I mean, we literally get these Six of Action. So I just think that you are going to love this child so much. And no matter what, you are just going to be so proud of the person that they become. So yes, guys, that is the end of your reading. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading. And if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new pick a card readings every Monday and Friday. And I would love to have you stop by this side of Tarot to Begin sometime, okay? So yeah, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time, okay? Mwah. Bye, guys. Hey, group 3. So you chose this cute little Barbie fabulous dress, then hey, hello, this is going to be your reading today, okay? So I do want to really quickly tell you that you should definitely stay tuned to the end, because I am going to be pulling a guidance card at the end of this reading just to give you a little bit of advice on your eventual parenthood. Okay, and I think that that would be very nice to see, because I think that we all need some advice when it comes to handling these hooligans. Okay, so for group 3, for their beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little child, what is going to be their child's personality? Can we get some cards for group 3's future child? Their personality. Okay. Oh, wow. Guys, we are getting such sweet cards coming through. Let's see if we can get one more. Can we get one more? One more card. The cards are being a little stubborn today. I'm sorry. Let's see if one card wants to... Ooh! Okay. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. All right. So I honestly... You guys are special, because honestly, I have been pulling 3 cards for each group, but here I am pulling an extra card for you. Okay, so let's really quickly talk about these cards. So first of all, we get the Two of Abundance or the Two of Pentacles coming through. Then we get a Happy Change or the Wheel of Fortune. So beautiful to see. We have the Healer of Thought or the Queen of Swords, okay? And we also have the Five of Thought or the Five of Swords, okay? So first of all, I do want to quickly say here that with the Five of Thought coming through, this usually talks about having like a victim mentality, or even having people kind of be cruel to you or be a little rude to you, and it just causes you to be a little bit pessimistic. It causes you to just look at the world and see the worst thing that could happen before you see the best thing that could happen. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think that your child is going to be a little bit of a pessimist, if I'm going to be honest, because I'm like just getting this energy here, like with the Two of Abundance, like this is all about finding a balance, finding like staying on the safer side of life so that you don't, crash and burn, right? So I just think that your child is going to definitely be somebody who is almost like a goody two shoes, which I'm sure you will love to see, because that means I don't think your child is going to be I don't think your child is going to be too much of a troublemaker, for sure. I definitely see this being the child, the kid that does their homework on time. They do the dishes. They could definitely be very obedient, okay? But that does not mean that they are not their own independent person, right? Because we literally get the Healer of Thought coming through, or the Queen of Swords, right? And this talks about somebody who is very wise, very insightful, and very caring as well. And so I think that your child is going to be somebody who is very interested in the world and in the way that the world works. I think that this is going to be a child who is constantly trying to learn, and I think that this is going to be somebody who forms their thoughts and their own personal beliefs by going out there and looking at the world and examining it with like a magnifying glass. So I think that your child is going to be somebody who is such a smart kid. I think that they are honestly like they're giving me like that nerdier energy, right? I think that your child is definitely going to be quite nerdy. I think that your child is going to be the one that has like all these like interesting facts to say, and I think that they're just going to be the type of person who, like, whatever they are interested about, they could just sit and talk about it for hours. I definitely am getting the feeling here too that your child is going to be somebody who is a great communicator too, because the Healer of Thought is all about communication. So I think that your child is going to be somebody who, once you get them talking about something that I'm sorry guys, I had to pause my camera for a second because I got a call, but I definitely think that, once you get this person talking, once you get your child talking, especially about things that they are interested about, I think that it is going to be hard to get them to stop, okay? But I'm also getting this energy here that everything that they say is just very intriguing, right? I just think that your child is going to be somebody who is very wise beyond their years. And I just think that, people are going to be interested in what they have to say. I definitely think that your child's teachers are going to love the heck out of them. I definitely see them like getting student of the month like all the time. I see your child being the one that has like perfect attendance, and I just think that your child is gonna be very ambitious. They're gonna have a really good head on their shoulders. But like I said, I think that sometimes they can be a little bit pessimistic. I think that they could definitely have some control issues coming through as well. And I just think that this is going to be somebody who has a harder time getting outside of their comfort zone and just doing crazy things because of the fact that they are afraid of getting hurt. They are afraid of something going wrong, because I do think that your child just constantly thinks about like what is the worst thing that could happen. I'm honestly like also getting the vibes here that your child could honestly be like a germaphobe or maybe a little bit OCD. I do think that they are going to be very like particular about things and about how they like it, right? So keep that in mind as well. I'm just definitely getting like that A type of personality, right? That's coming out like in force. But what is so beautiful is that with the happy change coming through, I think that your child, no matter what they go through in life, I think that they are going to be able to see the brighter side of things. And I know that sounds silly, like me talking about how pessimistic they are and then saying that, oh, your child can see the brighter side of things. But I just think that, they can be a little bit pessimistic, but I think that your child is a person who, they are just so determined and they have such a strong will to succeed in life and to, just do something and be great in something that, even when they are faced with people being rude to them, even when they are faced with people trying to hurt them or with these crazy obstacles. I think that your child is somebody who is so strong and tough, and they are a survivor for sure. And I am getting the energy here that with the Five of Thought coming through, since this does give me like that victim type of personality, is that the right word? That victim mentality, I guess. I think that your child could definitely be somebody that could be teased whenever they are younger. They could definitely be bullied as well. So I think that your child could face like a harder childhood growing up, but I think that that is going to make them very, very strong. It's going to make them so determined and just even more powerful of a person because they have encountered these events in their life. And I think that with this like healer, this Queen of Thought or Swords energy coming through, I think that your child is going to have a very strong moral code as well. Your child is going to be very chivalrous, and they are just going to be so kind to people. And I think that even though people have not been nice to them, I think that they are still going to be loving to others. But I am getting the idea here that it is going to take a long time for them to feel like they can open up to people. I think that they may have a bit of trust issues, but I think that once they do decide to open up to somebody, I think that these people who they decide to let in are going to be so lucky, if not the luckiest people ever, because I think that your child is going to be somebody who is so loving and so protective, and they are always going to be there for the people who they love. And I think that they are always going to be there for you as well. I think that family is very important to them, and their friends, the people who they allow into their life, like, they are going to be one of the most important things to them, and that is so amazing to see. So let's go ahead and take a look at your other cards as well. So for group 3, can we get some cards to represent their child's energy? Okay, so we have thinking of you coming through, and we also have the source of magic. So guys, I really like this thinking of you card, because what is interesting and what really caught my attention here was, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's like a snail sitting on this mushroom next to this fairy. And this again is just giving me that idea that your child is going to be somebody who is very slow moving. I think that they are going to be very patient too, which is a really amazing trait to have. But I think that your child is going to be somebody who it takes a long time for them to open up to people and to come to a decision as to like what they want to do and how they are going to approach a situation, because of the fact that they like to play on the safer side of things. So I do think that again, when it comes to their relationships, when it comes to their friendships, it's going to take them time to really open up to people. I do think that for your child, the person who they probably end up marrying or dating, is going to be somebody who they are probably friends with first. I think that it's just going to take them a long time to feel like they can open up and trust somebody too. And like with the thinking of you card, this is just making me think about how your child, like, they're going to be thinking so much about what they want to do with their life. They're going to be thinking so much about who they want to allow into their life. And it's just going to, again, like, take them time. It's going to take them a lot of alone time and like reflection time for them to decide like what they want to do, right? Does that make sense? And then with the source of magic card coming through, this is just coming through to talk about how your child is such a amazing manifester. You know, while it takes them a long time to come to a decision, once they decide what they want to do, they are just so powerful and so strong that, you know, whatever they decide to do, they are going to manifest it into their life, okay? It may take them a little bit of time. It may take them a little bit longer than other people, but once they decide what they want and who they want, like, that is it. It is going to be theirs. Like, that is it, okay? So that is so amazing to see. I really think that your child is going to accomplish so much with their life. So can we go ahead and get some zodiac signs, please? I am honestly picking up on like some strong Virgo or some earth energy, and since we are getting this sword energy coming through, you know, your child could definitely be an air sign for sure. So they could be a Libra, a Aquarius, or a what's my other sign? What's my other beautiful sign? A Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Or with that earth energy coming through, they could also be a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus. Okay, so for group 3, what is their child's zodiac sign? Wow, guys, literally we get Pisces coming through. And it's like, I didn't mention it and I feel silly, but it makes sense now that I'm seeing it. Oops, okay. Let's get one more card. But with that like Pisces energy coming through, wow, we have two other cards coming through. But with that Pisces energy coming through, this makes me think about somebody who is very dreamy and whimsical. This makes me think about somebody who has so many daydreams. And this is making so much sense with this thinking of you card coming through, because I do think that they, like, rather than going after like the people who they like, I do see them as being somebody who's a bit more of a dreamer. You know, I see them like sitting back and fantasizing about the person who they like and not actually going after them. But I do think that, you know, once they do decide to go after them, they are going to be very determined and very willful, and they are going to get them. Does that make sense? So it's going to take them some time, but once they decide that they want them, like that's going to be it, right? So then we get Saturnus coming through, which is so beautiful because this does represent that Capricornian energy. And this actually shows like a really like old man. So I do think that your child is going to be somebody who is very wise beyond their years. I think that, you know, they may be very young when I think that they're just going to be very wise beyond their years. And this is so beautiful to see because Saturnus is all about like going through lessons, going through harder times, struggling, being in the thick of it, but being able to learn from those things and become more wise, right? And so I think that your child is definitely going to go through some harder moments, especially in their more youthful years. I do think that they could definitely be bullied or teased whenever they are younger. They may have a harder go of it, but that is really going to be what makes them so strong. It's going to be what makes them so wise, and that is so incredible to see. And then with the Uranus energy coming through, this is representative of that Aquarius energy, right? And so I think that your child is going to be somebody who is very intellectual. They are going to be very smart and logical. And this is very interesting here because Aquarius people are known for being so like left brain focused, right? That they have a harder time expressing their emotions. And I think that that makes a lot of sense again, because I think that, you know, they may come off very distant at times. They may have a harder time expressing how they are feeling. And they could honestly, like, I think that your child could honestly come off as a little cold at times, but I think that they are very loving, but it's just that they have a hard time really letting other people hear how much they love them because they are afraid of getting hurt. They are afraid of people just hurting them, and that just makes a lot of sense to me. So I just think that your child, like, it's going to take a lot of time for them to open up. It may be harder for them to express their feelings, but just know that they are very loving and they care about you so much. So let's go ahead and take a look at the physical traits here. And let's also get the initials right here as well. So just keep in mind that for the physical traits, I did make these for the sole intent of using these in love readings. So you could get the card hot or sexy coming through, but just take it as it resonates, okay? I made this for like your future boyfriend or girlfriend, okay? Not for your future child, but we're gonna work with it, okay? So for group 3's future child, what are they gonna look like? What is some physical traits? Can we get some physical traits coming through for their future child? Okay, let's get one more. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's put that right there. And then for the initials, I always do that, guys, but initials, group 3's initials. Oh, a little initial fell over here. Let's get one more. Okay, so for the physical traits, we have, are you real? Okay, that is really interesting. Are you real? That just makes, I'm getting the idea here that your child is going to be probably really cute or really attractive, and I just think that since they are such a kind person, since they are such an intelligent person, it's like whenever they do decide to open up to other people, people are not going to be expecting how just truly incredible they are, how loving they are. And I think that so many people are going to be like, are you real? Like, are you even real, right? How can you be this amazing? So that is really sweet to see. We have big eyes, so your child could have really big eyes. Okay, that's really beautiful. We have combat boots. They could like to wear some combat boots, okay? Maybe they have a bit of an alternative style. Grows on you. Guys, what was I saying? I think that your child is going to be somebody who has a harder time opening up. This isn't going to be somebody who somebody falls for instantly because they are afraid of letting go and letting people really get to know them and see their true selves. So I do think that whenever it comes to their relationships and their friendships, it's going to take a long time for them to grow on other people because of the fact that they hold themselves so far away from people. They hold themselves back, right? And then we get unconventional style. What was I saying? I think that your child could definitely have a very unique way of dressing. They could definitely be a bit more alternative, a bit more grungy, okay? We have heels coming through, so your child could also like to wear heels, okay? And then we have braces. Oh, that's cute. I honestly think braces are really cute. And we also have thrift store, so they could definitely like to go to the thrift store as well. And honestly, I didn't mention what gender your future child could be, but honestly, guys, I cannot tell exactly what energy I am getting here. You know, with that Saturnus energy, that does make me think of more like that more masculine type of side here. So I do think that your child could by chance more so be a little boy, but I think that they do have a pretty good mixture of their masculinity and of their masculine and feminine energy coming through, especially with that Pisces energy. But I do think that for a lot of you guys, your child could definitely be a male for sure. But for your initials, we have E, we have I, we have S, A, M. Literally, guys, we have Sam. So your child's name could definitely be Sam or Samantha or Sammy, Samuel, you know. We have another S, a D, and an F, okay? So I'm trying to see if I see any other names here. Oh, I see Sid. So your child's name could be Sid or Sydney. Let's see if I see anything else. We have fam coming through, F-A-M. So I do think, again, that your child is going to be very big about family. I think that they are going to be very close to their loved ones and the people who they allow to come into their life. Like, they're going to have very tight-knit circles, okay? And I do think that they are going to be quite secretive as well. I do think that they are going to come off a bit mysterious to other people. I just think that there's a lot about them that they don't reveal right away, and that is really cool to see. So yeah, guys, that is the initials here. So this could represent your child's first, middle, or last, okay? But let's go ahead and get an advice card, okay? So can we have some advice cards for my beautiful group 3 folks, okay? Can we have an advice card for them and their child, like, while they are taking on parenthood with this certain child, okay? I'm just going to take that one card, okay? All right. We have Wildcat. You never know what's lurking. That is really interesting. Okay. Again, I think that this is talking about how your child is going to be very keen about, you know, danger. I think that they are always going to have their guard up, and so that could be something that is harder for you to handle, because I do think that they are going to be scared about putting themselves out there and really getting to know other people. They may have a harder time making friends, and I just think that, you know, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to see as well as a child, because nobody likes to see that their child doesn't have a lot of friends, right? But let's go ahead and get one more card, because I want to get one more advice card for group 1. That one definitely wanted to come out. We have assertive. Take your place at the table. That is really interesting. So with this assertive card coming through, I think that this is talking about how your child does have that capability to be very assertive. And I honestly think that Spirit is saying that in order for you to bring that out of them, maybe you should be a little bit more assertive to them as well. Like, maybe you should try to, I'm not saying to be a helicopter parent, but I think that since your child does have a harder time making friends, you know, maybe Spirit is saying that, you know, it might be in your best interest and your child's best interest for you to, you know, be the behind the work, or like try to put your child in different like hobbies or pastimes, or like different like clubs. Like be the one that makes them go to chess club, or that makes them go to swim class, right? So that you can help them make friends and you can help them assert themselves, right? But yeah, guys, that is what I'm seeing for you. I hope that I'm sorry, guys, I lost my train of thought. But yes, guys, that is what I see for you. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new pick a card readings every Monday and Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of Tarot to Begin sometime. So yes, guys, I hope you have an amazing day, and I love you all so much, okay? Mwah. Bye, guys.